Hey, welcome back. Today I wanted to tell you a little bit about how I used ChatGPT and a couple of other tools in order to raise money for a local wildlife sanctuary that is moving locations, and so they need a bunch of money. So let's get right into it. So here's the backstory. I live in Florida and I recently moved here. Really like it. My kids love it. And we were going to this local wildlife sanctuary. It's called Bush Wildlife in Jupiter, Florida. I'll have a link in the description below if you want to check them out and maybe even donate to their move as well. They do great work, and it's not a zoo. It's basically like an open air hospital type of recovery place for animals, right? That's what wildlife sanctuaries are. So a couple months forward, I see all those signs popping up in my neighborhood that they're actually raising money in order to facilitate a move. And lucky me, they're actually moving closer to my home. So that's great. And I went right ahead and I donated to their program, but I also suggested to them that I wanted to help them strategically, maybe help them record some video and see what else I can do. So we go ahead, we record the video of some donor profiles and why they think it's a good cause. And as we walk through that area, I ask one of the caretakers, who's the star when it comes to the animals in this sanctuary? And right away, she said, our number one star, the people's champ, is Stu. And Stu is a black-bellied whistling duck. So I asked her, first of all, I asked her to bring me to Stu and show me the duck. And basically give me a story. So she was nice enough to send me a voicemail about 2.5 minutes long about how Stu came along.
Stu is Bush Wildlife Sanctuary's resident black-bellied whistling duck. And Stu came to Bush Wildlife in right around 2017.
And based on that voicemail, I created a book. It's called My Name is Stu. This book is basically a children's book about the real story of how Stu came to be part of that sanctuary and how he always felt like he was more welcome among humans than his animal counterparts. So anyway, long story short, let me get you through the process on how I came from the idea to the finished product and what else I have in mind for that project. So you get it. She basically sent me a 3-minute voicemail about the story of Stu. And what I did then was basically write down the highlights, the takeaways, the little stages of Stu's story, how he ended up being finally at the sanctuary. And there was one aspect of the story that I wanted to kind of keep that I had in mind before I even knew Stu's story. And that is this repeating phrase that I incorporated in this book, where Stu, every once in a while, at every stage of his life, of his journey rather, he looks at a person and he says, my name is Stu, believe me, it's true, I am one of you. And I thought that was kind of cool to kind of keep it in there as like a, what do you call it, like a narrative that Stu really wants to be part of the human society rather than the animal society. So anyway, I had ChatGPT help me by pre-prompting it to be a children's book author. And then I asked it to incorporate the following script, which I have written down based on Amy's voicemail and based on the key takeaways and highlights that I thought would make for a good story. I specified also what the reading level and comprehension level should be. Obviously, it's a children's book, like I said. And it came out with a great story. I edited a little bit of the story. It's a typical kid's story with large text, large font. Every page is illustrated. And it goes through Stu's journey. And at the end, I actually have a photo of Stu as well. There we go. I had the script, which was great. Then I wanted to illustrate it. And if you saw the pictures, obviously here, they're all based on the French painter Henri Rousseau. I credited him here. I obviously used Midjourney in order to create the images. And while they're not as continuous as they are when it comes to the same character going through life, they all depict those stages in Stu's life in the same artistic style by Henri Rousseau, or inspired by Henri Rousseau. He was a French painter from the early 20th century, and he was famous for painting animals in a very distinct style. Then I put it all together in Pages, and I uploaded it to, I designed my cover with Photoshop, and then I uploaded it to Kindle Direct Publishing to make it available to the broader audience. And ever since I did this project and my bedtime story project, the first video on this channel, I got a lot of requests by people how they could write books with AI and how this could help them basically unleash their creativity. And that inspired me to create an online course that teaches you everything about how to write a book, how to illustrate a book using those online tools. And if you're interested, you can check it out right here. And let me know what you think in the comments below. So this is that. The gift shop recently ordered like 50 books of those to kind of see how they move. So I thought I'll also make something else, which are those little bookmarks with a duck that's floating on top of the book when you put it in, and it's branded here with Bush Wildlife. And then I thought I'll why not just give them a stand while I do this. So I constructed this in Plasticity 3D. It's a CAD program for artists, relatively new. I can absolutely recommend it if you guys are into 3D. And yeah, this is a little custom stand with a little duck here on the back. Maybe I should start a new company called Black Duck Publishing. I thought it was kind of cute. Anyway, and so this is the story how I helped with AI to spread the word, spread awareness for, I think, a good cause here in my local area. And if you have any ideas on how you could do something with AI that is actually beneficial, that's not just, fun and cool to have, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if this inspired you. Let me know if I should have done something differently. I would love to know what your thoughts are. I will link everything interesting here in the description below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.